Hey, what's up, guys? Mr. Wilmer here in the Masonry Lab, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about flashing today. I'm going to kind of go over a little bit of base flashing with you guys. The chapter we're covering this week and last week, as a matter of fact, is water-resistant brick veneer walls. Okay, as a mason, you're always going to come in some kind of a conflict with water. It's kind of the greatest enemy to the structure that you're trying to put up. So you've got to find some way to get water out and away from your materials that you're working with. All right, so a real common way that a veneer wall will be built to get water out and away from the bricks themselves is to flash the bottom of the wall. Now, what I have here is sort of a dissected view of a composite wall for you guys. We have our block backer wall, and then we have a few courses of brick here. Now, in the end, you wouldn't see this black wall, or the backer wall here. You would just see the brick going up. But if you could cut it apart, what you would find in a wall that is properly flashed would be on the first course that is above the finished grade. Inside, there would be some type of an impervious membrane, rubber. There are a lot of different things that flashing can be made out of, but it's basically going to be spanning. You guys can see this well here. It's sort of in an L shape. A properly flashed wall, your membrane will be flat against the backer wall and come out between the courses of bricks, so that this would be the lowest point in the wall. Any water that would get taken through the brick above this is going to make its way down. So the gravity is always going to get to the lowest spot eventually. But the idea with flashing is water can go no further through this. It's impenetrable to fluid. So when water hits this, it's kind of at a standstill. And building process, flashing, you would have another course of brick on top of this. Okay. Again, most likely you can't see the flashing from the outside of a building. It would not be hanging down quite this far. This is kind of just to illustrate the point of what's going to happen here, but the head joints in the first course of brick would be left out, basically every other. It should be no more than 24 inches apart. But what happens when water gets behind the wall, it would make its way down to the flashing, get stopped, it could go no further down, it can't damage the foundation wall, and it would come out through the weep holes or weep vents. Okay? So that's how you get water out of a wall. They're best if constructed with base flashing in order to just protect whatever's behind the wall. It's not always a block wall behind there. Sometimes it's wood, sheathing, studs, but water can damage the backer wall. So you want to get it out as fast as possible. Now, this is kind of, like I said, this is a dissected view of the wall. The finished product, I'm going to take you over to one of our projects here. But this is what you would actually see on a wall that was finished. Now the flashing, you can't see it, but it will be beneath this course here. And if you can see, the weeps have been properly installed into this wall. So if you could imagine any number of rainstorms, whatever, water will eventually get behind these bricks. It's going to get in there, it's going to make its way down as far as it can, and when it hits the flashing, it can go no further, and it's going to make its way out of those weep vents. So that's why if you've ever seen a wall, a foundation wall, or any type of retaining wall that has open holes close to the bottom, that is the purpose that they're there for. It's to allow water to escape back out of the wall, because it can do nothing but damage from being behind the wall, and that goes for any kind of a wall. So I hope that clarified it a little bit. there's some really good illustrations in the textbook. This is chapter 14 again, guys. But if you're following along, I find that it's sometimes a little bit more helpful if you see this stuff in actual practice, what this stuff would look like. So thanks for following, and I will see you guys next week or in class.